Hey, it's Tim from EminiMind, and we're just going to dive right into the ES and see if we can't help you improve your trading this week. I want to start with the 15-minute chart. The importance of the 30-minute range really becomes apparent on a day like today. I've got the 30-minute high marked here, and you can see right off the open today, we had a strong first 15-minute bar, next bar was inside, and then basically the entire day was inside the 30-minute range. We had a couple little pokes above, and then we just immediately fell right back down. You could draw this upward trend line like this in the anticipation that we might break that either in the after hours or tomorrow. So I'll be watching tomorrow how we open. But yeah, that 30-minute range is really helpful. On a day like today, when you have a really strong breadth and advanced decline line, you really don't want to be shorting. We had the gap up, we had a strong first 15-minute bar, and then we actually did start looking like we were going to trend higher. And we broke above the first 30-minute range, but then we fell back down shortly after. So um, it's not really in your best interest to try shorting, just as when the market is selling off hard and constantly making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You don't want to be trying to just catch the falling knife and buy the bottom just because it feels like it's low. Um, as much as you might come into the day with some kind of bias or feel like, well, the market has to go up from here, it's important to just trade what you see. And so I say that as sort of a caveat to if we're seeing very strong breadth and advanced decline line numbers, it's important to not try and, you know, sell the top, if you will, or try to pick the top. But at the same time, if we don't see the market making higher high after higher low and making new highs on the day shortly after we cross the 30-minute high, then it's okay to kind of sit back and give the market a little bit of time to kind of settle out. And if we do end up settling within this 30-minute range, then it's fine to just kind of sit back and let it do its thing without jumping in overly aggressive to a trade. I do have a couple trades from today that I want to talk about, but before we do that, I also want to talk about Friday's 15-minute chart. Anytime, I'm going to actually go to a daily first and go back to the 15-minute. Anytime we have a gap up after a low, so on Thursday, we had a low put in and then that strong rally through the whole day. And then Friday, we gapped up after we had put the low in on Thursday. And that's usually a good time to look for a potential long. But what you want to do is turn to the 15-minute chart and wait for the 15-minute bar, the very first 15-minute bar, to break its high. I always do this on swing trades, and it does come in really handy when you're looking to initiate a new long when the market is gapping up at lows. I'll use that phrase even though on Friday we had come off a strong rally on Thursday, but it was still the first gap up, the first day following a new low that was put in. So Friday, you can see we did not break the first 15-minute candle's high, so there was really no long entry on that day. Instead, the market sold off, and you would really want to be looking at shorts. Another thing about today is that we are, go back to the daily chart, we were inside yesterday's range. And so when you have a 30-minute range, like when we're stuck inside the 30-minute range and the prior day's range, there's a good chance that there's not going to be as many opportunities. But let's go through a couple of the opportunities that were present today early. It definitely felt like a better day than the start of last week. More opportunities, which is good. The first one I took was 709 and get over on my. So one of the things that was nice about today is we had this pullback to the 50% long like this on the morning. This one moved a little bit slow when we hit it. At first, we got this bounce here and then a double bottom, and I was ready to buy, well, I tried to buy this here, but the market didn't quite pull back all the way to the 50, and then we traded at the short. And so when the short traded, I said, okay, well, I'm not going to trade anything in between this range, these two 50%. So I'll let, one of the 61/8 break. And when we broke to the upside, that was in line with what I was seeing with a strong breath, strong advanced decline line, gap up. Okay, looks like a good buy. So this was kind of a crossover, breaking the opposing short. Unfortunately, that one ticked me out to the tick at 2 points. I got stopped out, and then it continued going up. So I wasn't long from down here. I ended up taking another long when we broke the 30-minute high here. It was kind of small, but it worked out. And that was just kind of right at the 30-minute high. So we broke out, pulled back, took the 50 at 95.50. That one went up right away. I like to draw, so I drew the next traditional retracement like this. Just trying to give it a little bit of wiggle room. And then from there, we came up, made another new high, and I drew up I started drawing the next retracement like this, kind of the developing one. And I put my stop below the 61/8, and that's where I was taken out. And then I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, we were looking really strong this morning with strong breath and advanced decline line, and we just broke a 61/8. And then what did we do? We fell back down into, let me get rid of some of these, the 30-minute range. And so, as much as I wanted the market to, as much as I wanted that trend to continue up, when we fell back into the 30-minute range, now getting a little bit of red flags going off. Okay, maybe this rally isn't as strong as it appears. And then we kind of stuck in that 30-minute range the rest of the morning. It was an inside day, so it was just those two trades that I ended up with as far as retracement trades here on the morning. And you can see that 30-minute high. We did make this, kind of higher lows, major lows throughout the day, just slightly, with this low down here at the trend line, and then later in the morning, a low at the trend line, or I guess this would be the afternoon, right near the close, morning my time. So we'll see what tomorrow brings with if we can move above the 30-minute high and stay above there, and more importantly, the high from Friday, and that is 37.25.25. That would really be the key, because and also not just to move above there, but to close above 30. We'll just call it 3,700, because a break above the 61/8. I'm referencing this short here. A break above the 61/8 on the daily chart is good, but a close above the 61/8 really solidifies that 61/8 is broken. So that's what I'll be watching tomorrow. If we can close above 3,700, that should send us higher. We have a 50% long that we bounced at Friday morning, or Friday at the close is where we stopped. We gapped up today, and so that 37.77 is the negative 23% target from the long. Tomorrow morning, you can actually follow along if you want to. We always do a live session. I do a live session on Tuesdays. You can just go to EminiMind.com/VIP if you want to tune into that. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I hope everyone has a great week of trading, and I will talk to you all soon.